Congratulations, Pat Toomey and Joe Manchin, for finding a solution to a problem that doesn't exist: the gun show loophole. Politicians and anti-gun advocates are going wild, claiming that 40% of gun purchases made in the United States are made outside of the NICS background check system, essentially private transfers between citizens, and this makes them disgusted. And they somehow use their poor logic to relate this to gun shows, trying to say that gun shows are just these black markets where people can just go buy piles and piles of guns and avoid any kind of background check. It's not real. It's a red herring. There is no gun show loophole. All of the licensed dealers that go to gun shows to sell their weapons have to do NICS background checks when they make a transfer and you purchase a firearm. There's no exemption for those licensees. And private transfers are private transfers. Whether you do them there, whether you do them at your house, whether you do them at your friend's house or in a parking lot, it's a private transfer. Last time I heard, is I can still do with my private property what I choose to do with my private property. But that aside, we keep hearing all of our politicians, the president, vice president, and any other anti-gun advocates starting to spout out this 40%. 40% of all transfers are out of it. Where do they get this number? Well, I'll tell you. They get this 40% from a 1997 Justice Report that was based on a 1994 survey conducted by two gentlemen, one from, I think, the University of Chicago, and the one from Duke, I believe. They surveyed a whopping 251 people by phone, mind you, and asked them questions about how they purchased a firearm. From that survey, the data showed that 35.7% said they did not receive a gun from a licensed firearm dealer. Of course, politicians will round up to the nearest number that ends in a zero, regardless of if it's 31 or 39. Make sure it's 40, so that's where they get the 40% from. However, with the margin of error being plus or minus 6, it could be actually as low as 30%. But also, there's more. Whenever you count the number of people that said it was a gift, when it was inherited, or won as a prize, the number drops to 26.4%. And note that 23.8% said that they obtained their gun as a gift or inherited it. So about the same number of people did not go through a licensed dealer as got a gift or inherited their weapon. But now there's even better. Remember, these guys are trying to relate this to the gun show loophole, the non-existent gun show loophole. But if you look deeper into the stats from this study, only 3.9% of respondents got their gun at a gun show. This is what happens when politicians use irrelevant facts to support an argument that doesn't exist, and people don't check up on it. This is what they do. The President of the United States is spouting inconsistent and irrelevant facts to an emotional argument. And you might ask, why? Why would some of the best that we can put forward make such an argument? Because there's no other argument they can make. There's no factual argument that anti-gun advocates can make support their arguments. They have to make it emotional. And this is why. But now, Pat Toomey, a Republican from Pennsylvania, is jumping in with Joe Manchin, a Democrat from West Virginia, saying that they can solve the problem, find a solution to a non-existent problem. And bear in mind, how in the world would this have affected Adam Lanza killing 22 kids at a school? It wouldn't. He didn't go through NICS anyway. He stole the gun. None of these solutions that they put forward will do anything to prevent the crimes, bring back the kids that are dead, or stop any future crime. So I'm letting you know right now, do not let this go. Tomorrow, get on the phone, write some letters, send some emails, be the most annoying, active citizen you possibly can, and tell your representatives at the federal level, do not support this under any circumstances, or you will not get their vote. Or they will not get your vote, excuse me. Do this. This is the kind of stuff that's happening in the back rooms you don't realize. And these guys are getting the same faulty information the president and the vice president are spouting off. The same talking points and data that's irrelevant, inconsistent, and does nothing to actually fix the problem. Please, do something. Because if you don't, you are part of the problem.